Knight donated $5. Can you talk a little bit about Knights of Columbus? Someone I know, isn't it?
Yeah, all my military buddies, most of them went that route. I'm not gonna lie, dude. In the modern world, that's a book club, bro. Like, Knights of Columbus, Freemasonry, all these are just pathetic clubs that don't really have power. Because the highest ranks, 30 to 33rd, or for the other order, I forget, they actually move into different clubs. And here's why they're so weird is you can be a part of multiple clubs. But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, I feel bad that I missed, like, how many days did I miss? 2? Been having a blast, though. I swear, I feel like, you know those prison inmates who stay in bed, just read their Bible? The Bible's intense when you watch exorcist videos, pause them, and then go to verses. It's way more intense like that. Or if you react to people going through an ayahuasca, demonic possession, or whatever, if you react to that stuff, bro, it's always the same. Those demons say the same thing to the people you're watching as they do to you and me. And it's like the same.
Consent donated $5. Hey John, do you ever wake up from a dream and you just know you've had that exact dream 100 times but can't point your finger at it?
I mean, yeah, but if you figure out that dream, even like 5% of that dream, you'll fix like so many bad habits. Because when you figure out why you've been seeing certain things for years or a decade, let's say a dream on repeat, it's all of your baggage surfacing. Like, for example, if you have a dream where both your brothers are mad at you and they, like, one storms off and leaves and the other one's just mad and you guys just had an argument, that dream is telling you that you need to stop being aggressive with your broskies. Those angry faces that they're projecting at you, there's a theory that everyone in the dream is you. The girl is you, your brothers are you, the dog is you, they're all versions of you. And so those ugly, angry faces you see your brothers make at you in the dream is your face at your brothers, right? It's like inverted. And you're supposed to, like, use the center of your consciousness to integrate your wrathful shadow traits into being a better person. And dude, a lot of times when I say be a better person, you guys think that's a, like, more boring life and stuff. It's actually the opposite. Complete opposite. You know what hell on earth is? Is infinite hours amusing yourself. Infinite hours on TikTok, infinite hours on YouTube, infinite. Have you ever watched so much content and you go, now what? Now this, now that, now. And it's like, that void will never be filled. So religion's so about you. It's so singular. I know this channel is about making it like a community thing, but it's really about the individual. Because, like, for example, if good-looking Chad, the individual, is a strong Christian, then his whole fan base will just start turning. You know what I mean? So it is about, like, one icon. Not like an idol, but, like, lead by example. Pretty much the Jesus story, right? Like, but what was I saying? Yeah, I just can't believe. I don't want to be like. I don't want to piss off my brother, but I can't believe people go to therapy. So open that book up. That book is like. You know that every story about Jesus, when you read it psychically, you think you're Jesus. You know? Because you attach it to how you're supposed to behave. You know what I mean? Yeah, no, Eden's great. Eden's, obviously, I'm not going to take away from that, but, like...
Food Design donated $5. Talk about psychological warfare in popular shows. You were
All
about
right.
to explain, but someone donated right after lol.
Okay, remind me in chat, guys, so I don't scam.
Consent donated $5. I'm aware of like 70% of my dreams where I can choose to fly and jump like enormous amount of lengths and shit. Is this normal?
Yeah, like lucid, you can control your dreams. If you are a lucid dreamer, you can make like $10 million in a month. There's this one woman, she was obese and she was dying, and her she had like a hypnotic type therapy. This is like a long time ago. I forget her name. He got her into lucid dreaming, and he would get her to eat in her dreams. I'm not a lucid dreamer guy, so it's like I can't imagine doing that for more than 5 minutes. But like apparently she was very suggestible to it, the treatment. And that's how she lost weight. Like she would eat in her sleep. And I kept reading about people finishing their goals in their sleep, and then it would be amplified when they wake up. Or my favorite was this case was this guy who would work in his dreams. So when he wakes up, he's actually in work mode. You know, not groggy, he doesn't feel like he just woke up out of bed. He'd like been in his office the whole time. And so yeah, look into those studies, and it's like, it's kind of crazy. But now again, if you're not saved by the Holy Spirit, demons will visit those dreams. But I realized why I had such an easier time with like such hard literature for the average Joe is because like I'm an artist, so symbols are easy to me. You know, if you're fuck's going on? If you're an engineer brain and you can't even draw a duck, symbols might be a little different for you, you know? But now I know why Da Vinci and all the geniuses could sketch. Like now it makes sense. Because if you can't sketch, if you're not good at art, you can't really organize your thoughts to genius level. You could be like a Bill Gates genius, but you can't be like a Da Vinci where he's like accessing different parts of his psyche. He's like doing all sorts of shit. What was that donor that I scammed twice? He said, psychological warfare? Yeah, you gotta stop listening to music and turn the TV off. For how long? For life, dude. It just... I would rather be in a dark room with my demons than distracted from them because Britney Spears is on TV. And you can always enter that social world and watch that media and Britney Spears shit with your friends. I'm not against that. But if you're alone, no way. And you get enough of that on Twitter too. Like I think I scroll on Twitter maybe 2-3 times and then I quit and I just start spizzing. Because the way I use Twitter is like I'm too lazy to get up and write some notes. So I just tweet and use it as notes later. Yeah. Someone said, are spirits in the subconscious? They're everywhere. Don't ever single out a spirit, because then they'll grow in the vacuum. So if you say, oh, bad spirits are not in my church. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Most churches are filled with bad spirits.
Steve donated $5. Give a tutorial on how to pray. It will be a timeless video on YouTube and help lots of people.
Again, when you guys message me this stuff, a lot of you guys are like trying to pay me money to teach you how to pray. Anyone who says they can teach you how to pray is preying on you. Just pray, because I know what you want, like an occult prayer is what you're asking for, right? Did you see Neon? I don't watch social media, bro. I'm telling you, I'm like old man. I swear to God, I stayed up for 15 hours plus, just doing Bible or the video that's helping me find the verse, or exorcisms in between to get it spicy. Which like I'm really good at keeping studying fun. That's like my golden talent is. Yeah, so time flew, but you guys missed the stream because of it. But I feel so good. Like I have this feeling that I know isn't gonna shake for like a month. Like whoa. Is using spirits against Christianity? Of course it is. Because remember, there's 2 options: either the Holy Ghost or the ghosts that and murder and kill you. And remember, these ghosts are, these spirits, if you're into spiritualism, when have they with you and left you alone? Never. They get stuck on you. Yeah. I really think like the biggest problem with the church is that we have priests instead of exorcists, because the world's needing exorcism in the church, man.
Preston720s donated $5. How do I effectively do dream analysis?
Well, you sleep with a book next to you, and every time you start slipping back, waking up, right? You have to take a note or understand your symbols that you practiced. Because why you have to use symbols is because you're not going to wake up and write 2 pages, which is probably the most effective way. But the dream will slip from you. Like there'll be this blockage, like you're not supposed, God is like, it's like seeing God, right? But first you want to use dream amplification. So basically do not write down what was in your dream until you have all the puzzle pieces. So if you're in an airplane, the back seat had a ginger woman, an obese guy at the front. Once you have the whole, everything you remember, get all the pieces, now you've got something to work with. But if you just say, I was on a plane eating a biscuit, you'll never catch that dream. You'll never understand it, right? And people are like, oh, I can't tell if I'm like 50% of it I'm accurate, but I think I'm making shit up. I don't remember. I think I'm lying. That's fine. If half your dream that you write down is a lie, that's still something you can use because it's still from your, but it's still pouring out of you, right? The problem is if it's like consciously a lie, like if you're just trying hard. But if you're just connecting dots a bit.
Let's go, pal. I'm making a withdrawal here.
You donated $5. What/who do you watch/do to make your Bible studying more engaging?
Oh man, I'm so bad with names, but the #1 exorcist that was on, we can watch it together. The #1 exorcist that was on, by the way, hold on.
Let's go, pal. I'm making a withdrawal here.
Disballad Zherka donated $5. Lucid Dreamer here, been watching you for a while and all the spiritual talk is helpful. Not to sound gay, but I've met you in dreams, but I catch it being a lucid dream. It's so weird.
Stop kissing me. I didn't consent. Oh, that's what it feels like. Wait, how many of you guys have seen me in your dreams? If you watch me, I might pop up, right?
Red Zone Row donated $5. Hey John, have you heard of David J. Smith, a pastor from Dallas? He predicted almost everything that has happened now since the 80s, and the Illuminati sent him a letter wondering how he learned their secrets and asked him to join.
Yeah, the Illuminati is not real. Like a Bavarian beer club that it's morphed into 10 different organizations. Like, and you guys actually hurt the movement. Okay, if you use Knights of Malta and if you use like actual shit that they're Illuminati, don't say that, bro. People are gonna like, remember, it's mainstream. Like the word Freemason isn't mainstream. It's popular, but it's not mainstream. Illuminati is mainstream. They want you to focus on that.
Let's go, pal. I'm making a withdrawal here.
You donated $5. Can you explain Seal of Solomon and his demons?
Yeah, pretty much it's a horror story.
RP_Crusader_5 donated $8.88. What kind of exorcisms did you study?
Yeah,
Where do I go to look into this stuff?
Well, I'll show you. We'll react to it. It's actually fire content. Like, it's not just me showing
Red
you what I
Zone
want.
Row donated $5. It was Rothschild signed lol.
He got mail from Rothschilds. Okay, send me the link so I can laugh at this, bro.
Do you believe in astral projection? Watched this happen in Insidious and have been curious since then.
No, it's a scientific fact. If you look at any of Manny P. Hall talk about the astral plane, yeah, it's real. I mean, the more you focus on the invisible world and spirituality, dude, you just start fixing your life's problems, right? Like let's say you're being greedy. Yeah, there's a big green demon sitting next to you when you're doing it. Get away from me. How does he go away? You gotta stop. You gotta overcome your fleshly desires. Or at least for me, dude, if I don't make, you know what's funny? Even if I don't believe in this, life is so much more colorful like this than the boring lens of a secular mind, you know? Yeah, make life interesting, and then you start being more aware. And when you're more aware of what you're thinking, you know, first there's the blackening, and then after that, you got a healthy side.
Bob Thinaga donated $5. PLS explain more on semen retention and why it works. I stole my dad's credit card for this.
Okay, you want the scientific, chat? Basically, you are a solar capsule, so the sunlight, it's not just vitamin D, you absorb sunlight, right? That's why in rainy places people are so depressed. And as you absorb sunlight, right, the rays, those rays are actually uploaded into your cerebral spinal system, right? Think of the brainstem, right? Or like the tree of life. And basically that sunlight, it comes in the form of when you participate in creation with God, which is during, you know, sex and intercourse is the only time a human can participate in the creation process. That energy isn't supposed to be squandered. So for your young life, it's supposed to shoot up into your brain. I'm not saying you're seeing shit and stuff. I'm saying you're supposed to be working on everything you're supposed to do on earth with that energy. That's like the sun rays are God-given. It's charging you. And if you spill that, well, you know, like, I don't know, just how many years are you gonna spend like with dried nut on you, you know? Yeah.
Semen retention donated $5. Please help me quit porn once and for all.
Oh, super simple. First of all, clean your feed and download the program that locks you away from the website. It actually works. But basically, dude, there's certain programs you can have that lock up your computer, so it's kind of a hassle to unlock it to watch porn. You could do that with your phone. You could do that with a lot of things.
Bob Thinaga donated $5. So our advice would just be to cut out the fapping for as long as you can?
Well, no. If you cut out fapping without career, if you're not sweating by the brow, you are. So, you know, I recommend, if you're in your study phase of your life, you're listening to audiobooks, waste one piece of paper just doodling every minute. I don't care how expensive this gets, and just doodle, draw and learn, and you'll stop thinking of all that weird stuff. The second you stop drawing, you see a Dove commercial, buy this shampoo Dove. You know, yeah. That's why I like turn the TV off, because men can even get triggered off an image. Have you ever just slid through your Netflix and it just shows like two people intimate and you go, should I?
Young Money donated $5. Bro, what advice would you give to a 20-year-old struggling with erectile dysfunction, mostly mental?
That's from anxiety. So you're not who you want to be, which is so normal at 20. The day I knew I'm proud with who I am, and I was a way worse sinner than now, it was like 23 years old. 23 was the most confident, violent, and weird, but like, yeah. And it's like, bro, how confident are you to talk to a girl in an MMO at the free market in World of Warcraft or whatever? You're not that confident to type to that man disguised as a woman, but because it's your like level 10 swordsman. But if you have EXP, if you've gone through life and you got scars, you walk in as a Dragon Knight, now you're Asmongold with a wig on. It's a demon.
Hi Zherka, what is the rosary prayer for? Would it be bad if I do one every day? I feel like praying isn't enough sometimes.
Okay, the most important part of your prayer is your family members' names in it. Okay, and I don't want to say this like to go against the church. That's why I keep avoiding this question. But that should be first and foremost. If your prayer is about asking for, yeah, I love, like, look at this, bro. That book, The Alchemist, that teaches you how to manifest and how to be in the right frequency. It stole everything and gave zero credit. Paulo, whatever his name is, he stole everything from the Bible, where it says, "Ask and you shall receive. Feel that you have it. feel that you have what God, you already have what you asked for from God. Feel it. It's all, bro, the New Age manifesting movement, completely stolen from the Bible because churches didn't want to focus on manifesting as the main theme of the Bible. But I think it should be, because it's pretty much saying relationship with God, right? Like, think of it as like you're his employee and you need stuff. You need a bigger budget or whatever. Yeah. Thoughts on sleep paralysis? That's the highest level demonic, I don't want to say possession, but the highest level you can have. Or excuse me, second highest. There's this thing you can do called a perfect possession. And yeah, that's the worst one. Do you think being talkative is feminine energy? I do. That's why I don't have friends. I don't do small talk. Like, if you sit with me and you're my friend, I go, do you want to do a podcast? And then you go, no, dude, I just want to chill. And I go, nope, I'll never, ever chill with you. Never. That's Also, I've noticed when I sit with friends, it's always them learning and me kind of like thinking in my head as they're talking, God, I wish I could be learning something. Why don't I just go home and... It's like I've never had a friend who, you know, it sounds cocky, but yeah, usually the people that I want to make friends, they taught me something. Like if I bump into someone at the bar and they go, yeah, I'm actually doing marketing for social media, Zherka. Your problem is the lighting. It's just the lighting. And then I want to be like your best friend because I go, oh, you're right, my lighting is. Or if you show me charts, e-girls with a ring light make this much more money, and like, how do you know it's the ring light? All right, you're good. You know what I mean?
Zherkology donated $5. I missed the 10-hour Freemasons dream.
Yeah, shout out Freemasonry, man. Brought me right to the Bible. I know that's crazy to say, but you go up the ladder and then you see who's at the top and you turn around and go right to Christ. Yeah, all that mysticism, Masonry, Knights of Malta, Knights of Columbus, Blood Cross, all that stuff was just building me up. But it's kind of embarrassing how much I know about that stuff compared to the Bible. Like, it's actually embarrassing. The cool thing is they kind of go hand in hand. Sometimes it's inverted, but you know, the cool thing is it's all from the Bible. All that, if you're ever like enthralled by Masonry and you go, well, this stuff is so awesome, because it's from the Bible. All of it is stolen. Everything, the symbols, everything. Okay? I don't want to debate that. I can go in on that. Explain the Holy Spirit. Okay, the Holy Spirit is the operational energy that enters you when you have an alchemical change of the heart by humbling yourself, because your prideful ways, no matter how successful you are, you lost to Jesus, who was killed and beaten. He has the highest clout on earth, that name. It's not Drake that you worship, it's Jesus. So if you lost to a man getting up like that, it proves you need to humble yourself, because if you lost to him, he's above you.
I'm making a withdrawal here.
Is Lucifer and Satan the same? Well, I'm like a Christian mystic, so I give you a different response, right? Like, think of the same energy of two different forces, anxiety and depression.
I'm viral,
right?
bitch.
So Satan crystallizes you into never moving. He turns you into stone, right? Depressed. And Lucifer fills your heart with passion, which is bad. You fall in love with a woman, you fall in love with an evil business, and he makes you go, anxiety. So these are two forces of the same evil. And that's what the duad is. The yin and yang, the duad of evil. And that's why you have to middle path it, middle pillar, and just balance yourself. Don't be too emotional and don't be too frozen. Be in the middle like Christ. That's what it is. Because you got to remember, bro, Satan technically is the most abused being to ever exist. That's why he's an abuser. Like, if someone molests you, it's because they got molested. This is how this sin works. Okay?